Now on CoastTV News.
We're seeing an end to the excessive heat, but it remains warm and humid today, and a chance of a few showers and storms, especially later on. A little drier into Friday, showers possible for the weekend. Details coming up.
Biden begins beach trip, why he arrived in Delaware earlier than originally planned.
Vance on his vision. The vice presidential nominee makes his case Wednesday night at the Republican National Convention.
Lifeguard leverage, the move being looked at in Dewey Beach to give their patrol more authority.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Thursday, July 18th, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
And Paige, we have early start times. I feel like for the past several days, walking out the door, you could tell it was going to be a hot day. Bit of a different feel today. Yes. Not as hot in those early morning hours.
Yeah, still muggy, but not as muggy. Yeah, we like this. It's like we're slowly getting out of this heat wave.
I think something changed.
I think something's happening. Yeah, you know, pumpkin spice lattes are back next month.
Oh, no.
So maybe we're going into fall. I knew that would make him upset. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Triton now. Bob, I'm not rushing summer, but it does feel pretty nice today.
It sounds like you're rushing summer, Paige. We're talking about PSLs already, middle of July. All right, yeah, well, you know, fall is on the way, and I'm sure a lot of you are saying, come on, fall, come on. But we're getting a break from that excessive heat now. It's still warm and muggy this morning, but not seeing any 80s, so that's a good sign. 78 Millsboro, 77 Georgetown, 75 in Seaford. Lewis right now, 76. And the winds more west-southwest. We've got a lot of clouds, even a few showers around Ocean Pines, maybe Cinnapunxet as well. Some light showers there. It looks like more numerous showers southern tip of Delmarva. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. We have a little trough moving through it. Then there's a cold front back to the west, and that will slide through later today. But it's mild and muggy this morning, but not as oppressive as it has been. It was 70s and then low 80s mid-morning and then mid to upper 80s by noon. Then with the heating of the day and that cold front, we could see a few showers and storms this evening, maybe some gusty winds and some heavier rain, but that's mainly this afternoon as we do take the edge off that excessive heat. More on that. Plus, your weekend forecast may be looking a little wet. Details on that coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. New this morning, President Biden will rest and recover from his recent COVID-19 diagnosis along our coast. On your screen is him arriving at the Dover Air Force Base before traveling to his North Shores home. This was late Wednesday night. According to the White House, Biden will stay along our coast throughout this weekend.
And we are now taking you live to Milwaukee. This is where the Republican National Convention marches into day four today. It was last night that Vice President pick J.D. Vance took the stage.
And tonight, former President Donald Trump will formally accept his party's nomination just days after he survived an attempt on his life.
Yeah, for Vance, the national stage, it was his first speech as the nominee for vice president. And NBC's Bree Jackson shows us what is expected at today's convention, and she also recaps Vance's speech last night.
Thank you, please.
U.S. Senator J.D. Vance taking center stage at the Republican National Convention, officially introducing himself to the country as former President Trump's 2024 running mate.
I stand here humbled, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to say I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America.
Sharing his personal story of growing up in poverty and seeing loved ones struggle with drug addiction, challenges facing many American families.
I grew up in Middletown, Ohio. A small town where people spoke their minds, built with their hands, and loved their God, their family, their community, and their country with their whole hearts. But it was also a place that had been cast aside and forgotten by America's ruling class in Washington.
From domestic issues to wars overseas, the former Marine laying out ways a Trump-Vance administration would impact everyday life.
Together, we will make sure our allies share in the burden of securing world peace. No more free rides for nations that betray the generosity of the American taxpayer.
The 39-year-old's addition to the Republican ticket follows the assassination attempt of former President Trump. Supporters say they are energized.
The sleeping giant has been awakened now, because now you're going, the man he's putting his life on the line.
As the Republican ticket makes its case to voters at the convention, President Biden is leaving the campaign trail after testing positive for COVID. He's now in Delaware, isolating and being treated. In Milwaukee, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
As a former Marine, J.D. Vance is the first veteran on a major party's ticket since the late Senator John McCain ran for president in 2008.
A proposed development in Sussex County now sparking some big debate at a hearing Wednesday. Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission discussed a development called North Star. It would be located in Lewis. According to plans, the development would feature 758 single-family homes, 94 multifamily units, and 96,000 square feet of commercial space, all located on the southeast side of the Lewis-Georgetown Highway and northwest and southeast sides of Beaver Dam Road. It seems to be the case with any development along the coast, of course, though. People are worried about what an influx of people and cars would do to the area.
Growing up here, I don't even want to go to Lewis and Rehoboth. I never go there anymore. I stopped going there 20 years ago. I stopped. I can't take it. It drives me nuts. Every time I go over there, I feel sick. What they've done to our county is horrible.
Now, North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area. But for the people that already live in Sussex County, the concerns, like you just heard, they're clear. Busier roads, less open space, a little more hassle.
This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what concerns you most about a 750-home development on Route 9 in Beaver Dam.
83% of you say the traffic. That was kind of expected. We hear that a lot with these new developments. 15% of you say the environmental impact. 2%, the houses are too close together. Aw, you're worried about them. That's very sweet. Well,
right on top of your neighbors.
Right on top. Well, I grew up in a house like that. I get it. But hey, don't forget, you can still go and vote. Go to coasttv.com or vote on our app.
Trial and hearing dates have been set in the case against Tyler Mayu. That's the man accused of traffic violations that surround a hit-and-run situation that killed teenager Gavin Knupp in Ocean Pines. Both sides agreed to schedule a new motions hearing that will be on November 21st, and then a 13-day trial taking place from March 3rd to the 19th next year. Mayu faces 17 traffic charges in the death of Knupp. July 11th marked 2 years since the 14-year-old was killed in that hit-and-run.
This morning, police will continue to investigate a car crash that happened in the Rehoboth Beach Acme parking lot. Officials say it was just before 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. A Lincoln was speeding through the parking lot and hit a Dodge Caravan. You can see that damage right there on your screen. The Lincoln then struck the rear of a Kia Optima, which someone was in, and that caused another car to be hit. Both drivers were taken to an area hospital with minor injuries.
Happening today in Lewis City, next place on the coast to talk marijuana. Today, officials will hear from State Commissioner Rob Koop regarding the state of Delaware marijuana legislation and regulations. And unlike many coastal communities, Lewis has not yet set any bans or regulations on recreational use of the drug since becoming legal in Delaware.
Also happening today, Dewey Beach will be looking into a common problem in the area, flooding. The town will hear from an engineering group for an update on the installation and the performance of flaps installed on the stormwater pipes on Reed Avenue Bayside. Those flaps help push water out to the bay. Officials are also going to be talking about concerns with continued flooding in Dewey Beach. All of this set for this afternoon at 3 o'clock.
We're going to stay in Dewey Beach for this next story. The lifeguards there, they may soon have new authority. Here is what we mean when we say that. The town council is considering an ordinance that would empower lifeguards to stop any activity that is deemed a danger to the public. Currently, they can advise people to stop doing those type of acts, but there's nothing in place that gives lifeguards the ability to enforce it.
Yeah, so recently we've had a couple issues with drones on the beach when the beach has been very crowded on the weekend or during the day. We really don't have anything on our town ordinances that will address things like drones or bigger kites, things like that on the beach.
And Zolper says it would be an educate first, enforce second policy, but if violators don't stop after that warning, they could be hit with a $200 fine.
All right, we're just getting started this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, DSN secures shorebirds. We'll tell you about a big accomplishment for our sister station and how it means more sports for you.
And heat waves, goodbye, at least for now. We'll tell you how people on Delmarva spent the final day of the heat wave and what Bob has in store for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and alcohol adjustments in Dagsboro. We'll tell you what town officials there say sparked a possible change in when restaurants can serve alcohol. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, watch as first-timers lace up for their first boxing lesson. Then, we spill the tea on a sister's wedding dilemma, and our happy place of the week showcases dreamy coastal homes. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
There's a difference between a great golf setting and a setting for great golf. You've seen the Open before, right? We're talking about wind, sea, rain, dunes, bunkers, rough. There's a reason the forces that make the Scottish coastline also make the champion golfer of the year. Unbelievable. This isn't just the Open. It's golf, as it's meant to be. The Open Championship on NBC and Peacock. Part of the greatest summer of golf.
Welcome to the party. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're going to meet here. Let's do this!
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on CoastTV.
Just about 5:12 on our Thursday morning. Cloudy, kind of muggy in Lewis, but not as bad as it has been. 76 there right now and looking pretty quiet. We're looking at the mid to upper 70s, so much better than the lower 80s we were seeing last several mornings. As the wind's coming out of the west-southwest, we've got a few clouds, and we had a few showers around Sinnapunxet, also the southern tip of Delmarva as well, and we will see a few more showers throughout the day. So on the golf course, a little better than it has been. Still having us in the fair category. Warm and humid, had plenty of water, 86. Still some scattered showers and storms, especially this afternoon.
New this morning, a Dover man is facing felony charges after Delaware State Police say they arrested him for resisting arrest near Seaford. A 34-year-old Jesus Torres failed to use his turn signal off of Concord Pond Road. This was on July 16th around 3:45 p.m. Police say that after being pulled over, he hit the trooper several times while resisting arrest. He did run away, but was soon caught and arrested. The troopers found almost 22 grams of powder cocaine and over $900 in his vehicle. We do have some developing news out of Dagsboro, where there is a push for an earlier time of last call of alcohol for restaurants. Dagsboro's town officials are considering an ordinance that would specifically limit the hours for restaurants. This is for the town's highway commercial district. And under the new rules, alcohol could only be served between 11:30 a.m. and 11 p.m. Reason for this comes after police there reported several fights and other misconduct at the La Dama restaurant and bar's parking lot. Dagsboro officials say they are planning to hold a public hearing on the ordinance in September.
While online shoppers grab deals on Amazon Prime Day, the company's warehouse workers are more likely to actually get injured. That's the findings of a U.S. Senate investigation. The Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions found Amazon's warehouses are especially dangerous during Prime Day and the holiday season. In a statement, an Amazon spokesperson said the safety and health of its employees a top priority. One of the world's biggest booze makers is selling most of its wine brands as the world's alcohol consumption declines. Ricard is offloading 7 wineries in Australia, New Zealand, and in Spain. This is the maker of Absolute Vodka, Jameson Whiskey, and Beefeater Gin. Now, in the first quarter of this year, Pernod Ricard reported a 7% fall in sales for the wine brands that it plans to sell. Still ahead this morning, heat waves goodbye, at least for now. How people dealt with the horrible heat we had feeling for almost all of this week.
I like to play on words there. Yeah, we're seeing some breezy conditions in Ocean City right now, still mild, but the excessive heat is gone, but still warm and muggy today. We get a break Friday, and then it's back this weekend with still some showers in the forecast. I'll have that full forecast in 2 minutes.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Shell's Early Learning Center, child and parent approved.
Shells have become an extension of our family. They've helped prepare our children for school.
I love Shells. My teacher makes learning fun.
Creating a fun learning environment to prepare the children for school.
Shell's accredited staff is dedicated to preparing your child for school. Don't miss your chance to join the Shell's family. Enroll your child for fall now before it's too late. Shell's Early Learning Center, preparing our future generation.
Life isn't always easy. Sometimes we need a little bit of help to work through life's more challenging problems. At Addiction Medical Facility, we are here for you, believing in your strengths to overcome any obstacle. Whether it's addiction to substance use disorders or mental health issues, there's hope for a better tomorrow. Together, we can tackle what is holding you back. Our medication-assisted treatment combines FDA-approved medication with counseling, offering a holistic approach tailored to your needs. Addiction Medical Facility. Together, we find hope and healing.
Help put a smile on someone's face at the Eastern Shore Mission of Mercy, a free 2-day adult dental clinic on September 13th and 14th at the Wicomico County Civic Center in Salisbury. There are so many volunteer opportunities that require no medical background to support community members in need. For more information about the Mission of Mercy or to register to volunteer, visit easternshoremom.org.
It's a shorebird summer on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch America's favorite pastime live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Down East Wood Ducks this Friday and Saturday at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live only on DSN.
Time is 5:17, and you are now looking live at Lewis along the canal. Bit of a breeze there. I saw some of the flags, like on that yacht or that boat there, flapping a bit. And perhaps, Bob, an indication that we are out of that heat wave.
Oh, we are, Matt. We're finally out of that heat wave. We're seeing what's called a trough moving in, a series of cold fronts moving in. We're not going to see a big drop in humidity or temperatures, but we take the edge off that excessive heat the next several days. You can see it in the 5-day temperature trend. Average high now is 88, and we're below that the next several days. 86 today, 85 tomorrow, 84 Saturday, and then mid-80s around 85 Sunday into Monday. Now, as far as the humidity, I'd like us to dip into the comfy range. We're not going to do that. It's kind of humid today, and then it does drop into the muggy range, trying to get to the comfy range Friday, and then that humidity increases again for the weekend, and especially next week when we increase rain chances at that time. We're seeing temperatures warm into the mid to upper 70s, but we have a breeze, so it's a little more tolerable. 77 in Georgetown, 78 Bethany Beach, Rehoboth 77, and the same for Lewis right now as the winter coming in out of the west-southwest. Eventually they will shift northwest as we see a cold front sliding through, but right now it's a lot of clouds. We had a few showers around Ocean Pines earlier. Those are moving offshore. Still some showers from Chincoteague to Cape Charles. Nothing significant here, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. There's a trough back near the I-95 corridor, and then farther west is a cold front that will head our way today, and with the heating of the day, that will trigger a better chance of showers and storms. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. Upper 70s this morning to mid-80s by 10:30. We'll call it mostly cloudy. By afternoon, mid to upper 80s, and then we start to see those showers and storms, maybe some heavy rain and gusty winds. Not expecting anything severe. Those taper off this evening, otherwise clearing tonight and much more comfortable Friday morning. I think some of us dip into the 60s, and then Friday, the wind shift to the northeast. The humidity does lower. It will be a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, and highs into the mid-80s. Then we move it to Saturday. Temperatures in the upper 60s, increasing clouds throughout the morning, and then into the afternoon, I think we could see a few scattered showers. So maybe have that yard sale in the morning, maybe more of those showers into the afternoon hours as we are setting up for a wet pattern as we go. It's especially next week with a stationary front over the top of us. We'll see rounds of showers, I think, as we go into next week. All right, here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 86 today, late day storms, and then mid-80s Friday into the weekend. Dry tomorrow, but then increasing showers, not a washout for the weekend. More showers and storms early next week, and then more concentrated storms, heavier activity Tuesday and Wednesday. Our umbrella winner today is Marion Thomas from Ellendale. Yeah, thanks for watching from Ellendale. Marion, you have a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. The heat wave, as we've been talking about, finally broke along the coast. However, the recent heat did not stop locals and vacationers from going to the beach or taking a walk on the boardwalk in Ocean City. But how have workers been throughout this heat wave stretch? One that we spoke with explains the challenges he had.
It's been a little challenge. It's been, really hot out, getting real sweaty. So trying to stay hydrated, trying to stay cool as possible. Wet rags around your neck, that type of things. But hey, it's part of the job.
And even with the sea breeze helping the boardwalk and the beach, everyone that we spoke with were looking forward to getting some cooler conditions.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, DSN securing the shorebirds. We'll show you the latest accomplishment by our sister station and how you can get more local sports in your own home. Don't go anywhere.
Come out on Saturday, July 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Shops at Salisbury for the Wheels That Heal Cruise In for a Cause, benefiting Salisbury Police Department's National Night Out. All vehicles and motorcycles are welcome. Enjoy great music, delicious food, and exciting activities like a 50-50 raffle and a silent auction. Backpack donations and other back-to-school items are appreciated to support this wonderful cause. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Have you ever needed some help with selection and design layout in your renovated tile bathroom project, kitchen backsplash, or any other tile project? You don't have to go across the bridge. The professionals at East Coast Tile and Flooring offer the largest selection to assist architects, designers, and homeowners on any size project in all price ranges. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the quality, knowledge, and expertise you need. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company. NBC News Daily. Weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Since its inception, the Delmarva Sports Network has been taking big swings. And now they're partnering up with a team who loves to do the same thing, the Delmarva Shorebirds baseball team, of course. And if you're a fan, you're going to like this.
Wednesday, DSN and the Delmarva Shorebirds made a big announcement. DSN station manager Bill Vernon and the Shorebirds GM Chris Bitters doing the honors.
Starting this season, baseball enthusiasts from all across Delmarva will witness history with 15 thrilling Delmarva Shorebirds games broadcast live on free over-the-air television.
Fans of minor league baseball in the area have never before been able to watch Shorebirds games from the comfort of their own home, but this new partnership changes that. From the team's perspective, that builds a bridge to their fan base.
Our first goal is to get fans to come out to be live in the ballpark and join us for the game. But for when they can't, we obviously want to provide opportunities for them still to be engaged with the Shorebirds, follow the team, learn about the players, and this partnership with DSN will allow that.
Starting this season, in fact, starting Friday, July 19th, DSN begins broadcasting a slate of 15 Shorebirds games live for free on television. So what can you expect? Comprehensive game coverage? Of course. Exclusive interviews? Absolutely. In-depth analysis of the game? It's literally what they do. And how about the reach? These Shorebirds games will have a capacity to reach more than 500,000 viewers across Delmarva on all major and local cable partners. So whether you're looking to follow because you love to see the stars of tomorrow playing today, or you just can't get enough of America's favorite pastime, this new partnership is destined to be a home run.
That is some exciting news there.
Yeah.
And speaking of exciting news, we're joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey.
Very exciting.
That was sincere, right?
I've been waiting for Bob to come back.
But Bob, we're excited about the cooler weather we're having. But hey, you are also tracking the potential some afternoon showers too.
We are, but it won't be a complete washout, guys. So I think, with the edge off the excessive heat, things are more tolerable, both inland and at the beaches as well. Ocean City and Fenwick Island, you see the icons with the raindrops. I think as we move into the afternoon, a better chance of those showers, but cooler Ocean City, upper 70s, lower 80s in Fenwick Island, and then up the coast, Lewis, I think you could see a few showers this afternoon, lower 80s, and Rehoboth also lower 80s. On the bay side, you're in the lower 80s in Cambridge today. A stray shower possible, maybe a better chance in Crisfield, maybe a rumble of thunder for you with low 80s. So it's still muggy, I think, as we go into the weekend, and still some rain chances as well, but not the oppressive heat. More on that coming up in a few minutes.
Much also coming up after the break, a speeding car collision. We're showing you the impacts of multiple drivers after the damage to the cars you see right there on your screens.
Also, website search suspicions. What officials are now revealing about the attempted assassin's internet history that may give clues to Trump's attack.
And Biden's back on the coast, the plans of the president as he deals with a recent COVID-19 diagnosis. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
I can't wait to get to work.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, let's get you ready for fall. One lap for each vowel.
You weren't kidding. This is great for the biceps. This is not what I had in mind when you asked me to carpool.
It's a big win. Let's do it.
Yes, I'm ready.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
I'm ready.
Wheel of Fortune on Coast TV.
There's a difference between a great golf setting and a setting for great golf. You've seen the Open before, right? We're talking about wind, sea, rain, dunes, bunkers, rough. There's a reason the forces that make the Scottish coastline also make the champion golfer of the year.
Unbelievable.
This isn't just the Open. It's golf, as it's meant to be. The Open Championship on NBC and Peacock. Part of the greatest summer of golf.
Show a hardworking woman in your life the appreciation they deserve with Working Woman Wednesdays.
It could be your mother, your wife, a coworker, or any woman you know. Nominate them for a chance to win a special prize pack. Go to WBOC1025.com, fill out a short form, and tell us why they are so special and deserve to be honored.
Then join me, Stinson, every Wednesday as I announce that week's winner.
Working Woman Wednesdays, only on 1025 WBOC.
Welcome to the party. We all make this show together. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're going to meet here. You can feel the energy in this room. Every single person needs to be included in these conversations. Let's do this! Let's make everyone's day a little brighter.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at noon on Coast TV.
Now on Coast TV News.
We're seeing an end to the excessive heat, but it remains warm and humid today, and a chance of a few showers and storms. A little drier to Friday. Showers possible for the weekend. Not a washout. Details coming up.
Biden early arrival, the reason from the White House why the president cut an event short in Las Vegas to make his way to the coast.
Looking at new Lewis development, it would be on the land right there you're looking at. We have reaction about the plan coming out of a public hearing.
Focus on Dewey Beach flooding, the solutions expected to be presented to solve ongoing issues on its streets.
This is Coast TV News Today.
July 18th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pence. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 5:30 on this Thursday morning. Probably hit it right now.
Yes.
Relief from the heat. I think that's got everyone here excited.
I think so. But don't think, oh, it's going to be cool today. It's still hot. It's just not super duper hot.
So what? It's not, was it women's winter or whatever?
Oh, it's still women's
okay,
winter.
all right.
Women's winter is in the office.
Ah.
Yeah. So those of you who are sneaking around like I am and turning the temperature up, I feel you. Yeah.
Who is you?
It's not just me, I promise. But we are going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Yeah, Bob, women's winter is going nowhere, but the heat wave is.
The heat wave is, so we're going from oppressive heat to just warm and kind of muggy as we go through the day, guys. And this morning it's warm or mild to warm, but not as oppressive as it has been, with temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. Looks like 77, 78, a popular number inland and at the beaches as well. Winds are starting to turn to the west, so that's slowly drying us out a little bit, but we still have a lot of clouds, and we've seen a few stray showers, even around Ocean Pines, Sinnapunxet, a little shower there. Also southern tip of Delmarva. If you're headed to the bridge tunnel or Norfolk, watch out for showers there. Otherwise, there's a trough moving through and eventually a cold front, and then that will increase showers and storms into this afternoon. Here's Futurecast mid-morning into the low 80s, a little cooler at the beaches by noon, 70s and 80s at the coast, mid to upper 80s inland, and then with the heating and that cold front coming in, a few showers into the evening, maybe some gusty winds, heavy rain, nothing in the way of severe weather. UV index brought to us by Ocean City. Not as high today, but still in the high range. It's a 7, burn time around 20 minutes, so take care out there. We do bounce back into the very high range Friday into the weekend, so the higher SPF sunscreen, midday shade, limit time outdoors, and avoid the sun late morning and early afternoon.
Thank you, Bob. President Biden arrived at his North Shore's home late Wednesday night. Here he is stepping off of Air Force One at the Dover Air Force Base. Now, the White House claims Biden had to cut a campaign event in Las Vegas short because of a positive COVID test. As you see here, he was not wearing a mask when he arrived in Delaware. And according to the White House, Biden has no scheduled public events for today.
Now, across the aisle this morning, we have more details about the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. It's becoming clearer how potential security oversights and the gunman's research led to that shooting. Officials say Thomas Matthew Crook's phone had photos of Trump and President Biden. Various sources say the search history showed research on both parties' national conventions, Trump's event schedule, and major depression disorders. 2 lawmakers briefed on the matter say that the suspect seems to have visited the rally site twice before the actual event. And a local official saying police responded to a call about a suspicious male before Trump took that stage.
Trial and hearing dates have been set in the case against Tyler Mailloux. He's the man accused of traffic violations that surround a hit and run that killed teenager Gavin Knupp in Ocean Pines. Both sides agreed to schedule a new motions hearing on November 21st and then a 13-day trial taking place next year, March 3rd to the 19th. Mailloux faces 17 traffic charges in the death of Knupp. July 11th marked 2 years since the 14-year-old was killed in that hit and run.
This morning, police will continue to investigate a car crash that happened in the Rehoboth Beach Acme parking lot. Officials say it was just before 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. A Lincoln was speeding through the parking lot and hit a Dodge Caravan. You're looking at some of the damage right there. That Lincoln then struck the rear of a Kia Optima, which someone was in. That caused another car to be hit. Both drivers were taken to an area hospital with minor injuries.
On Wednesday, the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing for the North Star development in Lewis. It will be on land that we're showing you here along Route 9 and Beaver Dam Road. If you've driven in that area, you'll recognize this near the Vineyards apartment complex.
Some of the people we spoke with say they're a little worried about what yet another large development could mean. CoastTV News reporter Elise Weber shows us what yet another large development could mean for Lewis.
If the North Star development is approved, this empty field will be littered with new homes. Jackie Carmine lives just down the street from the site, and she thinks the constant development in the area is destroying the quality of life in Lewis.
The traffic is just horrendous around here, but like I said too, it's not just traffic. It's the environmental impact, the impact on the schools, the impact on people who are moving here who have to wait for months and months, and I had to wait for 1.5 years to get change a doctor, to have a doctor down here.
If approved as is, this project would feature 758 single-family homes, 94 multifamily units, and 96,000 square feet of commercial space. Eric Bodenweiser's family owns a 16-acre horse farm that would be completely surrounded by the North Star development. On a personal level, he worries about how that will affect the horses. More broadly, though, he's upset about what it could do to Sussex County.
Growing up here, I don't even want to go to Lewis and Rehoboth. I never go there anymore. I stopped going there 20 years ago. go.
On Wednesday, people gathered for a public hearing on the development. Ralph Patterson was on hand and speaks with a big voice. He represents nearly 1,500 men and women who belong to the Cape Henlopen Elks Lodge.
Well, one of the things we're going to propose is that open space around our lodge, some of it will be preserved.
North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area, but for the people that already live in Sussex County, the concerns are clear. Busier roads, less open space, and more hassle.
North Star is just the latest development attempting to provide more homes in a high-demand area.
Now we're going to stay on housing in Lewis. The land you're going to see right there on your screen, that's where developers want to build a new townhouse development. It would be on the east side of Savannah Road near BB Healthcare. And here's what we know about this so far. The Oscar H. Jr. and Thelma Warrington trustees submitted a preliminary land use service, also known as a PLUS application, in May. Going by the project name Overfall Preserve, the development would have 90 townhomes with amenities like a clubhouse and a pool. According to the PLUS application, the Overfall Preserve's market is aimed at entry-level and market-rate homeowners, and we have more details on the proposal on CoastTV.com.
Happening today, Dewey Beach will be looking into a common problem in the area. We are talking about flooding. The town will hear from an engineering group for an update on the installation and also the performance of the flaps installed on the storm water pipes on Reed Avenue on the bayside. Flaps help push water out to the bay, and officials are going to talk about concerns with the continued flooding in Dewey Beach. All of this slated to take place this afternoon at 3 p.m.
Happening today in Lewis City is the next place on the coast to talk marijuana. Today, officials will hear a presentation from Commissioner Rob Koop regarding the state of Delaware marijuana legislation and regulations. Unlike many coastal communities, Lewis has not yet set any bans or any regulations on recreational use of the drug since it became legal in Delaware.
After his trip to our coast, President Biden and then Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu are expected to meet at the White House on Monday. That's according to a source familiar with the plans. According to a letter obtained by NBC News, the families of American hostages being held in Gaza have requested a meeting with Netanyahu during his Washington visit. The meeting could possibly be delayed after Biden, as we mentioned earlier, tested positive for COVID. But for now, the meeting is still planned for Monday.
All right, still more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, coming up, State Fair fun. It's starting today. We'll tell you what you can expect at this year's Delaware State Fair.
And a hot night of hoops, the down-to-the-wire finish last night in Delaware High School basketball Summer League play.
Potential path connection. We'll tell you how Milton officials plan to connect two developments and when you can learn about all this. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, watch as first-timers lace up for their first boxing lesson. Then, we spill the tea on a sister's wedding dilemma, and our happy place of the week showcases dreamy coastal homes. Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
Your getaway starts where it all began, Pennsylvania. A place with 1,000 experiences that'll have you coming back for seconds. And they're just down the road. See the Big Bell right beside bigger battlefields? Go around the next bend and you'll find world-class cuisine, Great Lakes, and Grand Canyons. Small towns with big reputations and whitewater right next to calming waters. Come visit Pennsylvania, the great American getaway.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Is your garage door in need of an upgrade or a repair? Then Clark & Sons Garage Doors can help. We believe your garage door should be more than just functional. It should be a reflection of your personality and style. With over 60 years serving the entire Delmarva Peninsula, Clark & Sons delivers quality craftsmanship and exceptional service every time. We provide free estimates on new garage doors. Plus, we offer comprehensive maintenance services to ensure your garage door stays in perfect working condition. So call today and discover why Clark & Sons is the name you can trust.
Paris, the city of light, welcomes incredible athletes and their stories as the world takes heart at the 2024 Paris Paralympics.
It is 5:40 on this mostly cloudy Thursday morning. Seeing a little chop out there on the bay. It is a little breezy, but we like to see that. 78 in Ocean City and essentially mid to upper 70s, around 76 to 78 is the temperature range, so not as oppressive as it has been. As the winds are primarily coming out of the west right now, we've got mostly cloudy skies. Had a few showers earlier around Ocean Pines. Besides that, maybe just a few showers for the southern tip of Delmarva as we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. There's a trough moving in and then a front behind that. So with the heating of the day, we could fire off a few showers and storms. So keep that in mind on the golf course today. Bring the water. And if the thunder roars, go indoors, warm and humid with scattered showers and storms, and 86. And call the CoastTV First Alert weather phone. It's 443-880-9100 for your latest forecast. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. We have some good news now from Ocean City. The police department has been awarded a grant worth $20,000. The department says it's designated to cover overtime for law enforcement officers. The department saying these additional shifts will allow officers to focus solely on enhancing the safety for bicyclists and pedestrians.
In Milton, the idea of creating a path connection for this area that we're showing you on your screen, it's going to be back on the table. The Streets and Sidewalk Committee looking into creating a multi-use path connection between the Heritage Creek and Cannery Village developments. And there could be a vote on this idea next Monday.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Summer League hoops action rolls on over in Frankfort. We got boys basketball action between the Fusion, a group of different squads in Delaware, taking on the Sussex Academy Seahawks. We head to Frankfort. It was a fast-paced battle between the Fusion and the Seahawks. Jumping in early, Seahawks with a nice set, moving the ball around the perimeter until they find Rico Knock in the corner, firing and splashing down the three to get the scoring started. Midpoint of the quarter now. Max Stevenson with possession for the Fusion gets the attention on the drive, leaving Dane Harrigan fair alone. That's a bad idea. The triple puts the Seahawks up 1. On to the second. Fusion lead 20-15. It's time for Hayden Lay to get to work. Drives, stops, fades, and the turnaround J is pure. That cuts the Fusion lead down to 3. On to the fourth, under a minute to go. Fusion trying to put this one away. Watch the ball movement. It finds its way to Harrigan Farrow for the dagger. He puts this one to sleep as the Fusion take it by a final score of 49-43. Keep it here on DSN to follow along with all of our summer coverage as basketball winds down and our Delmarva Shorebirds broadcast begin this Friday. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Some mega hit movie news now from directors with a pair of billion-dollar blockbusters to an unlikely tribute to last year's biggest film. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Your eyes and ears are not deceiving you. That's the shock rock heavy metal band Gwar performing their take on Ryan Gosling's I'm Just Ken from Barbie. Lead singer Blothar the Berserker says he's been a fan since Gosling's Mickey Mouse Club days.
From the very first Iron Man movie, we've loved these films, and we love these characters.
And they may be coming back for more. Anthony and Joe Russo, who directed Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, reportedly are in talks to return to Marvel for another pair of Avengers movies, Avengers The Kang Dynasty, scheduled to debut in 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars, due out in 2027. Endgame and Infinity War are the second and sixth highest grossing movies of all time, respectively. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com. Sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly into your inbox on Friday.
It's a better week weather-wise because the excessive heat has backed off. We're seeing clouds this morning in Salisbury, 77, a few scattered showers, and maybe a few storms this afternoon, still warm and muggy. Then a break Friday, and then it's back this weekend, and still some showers are possible. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks, your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedockslewis.com.
Well, we had old concrete, so we wanted to have a cohesive space that we could use outside and that we would be proud of. We truly enjoy it. It was kind of a no-brainer for us. It was beautiful. He showed us all the samples. We held them up to the light. It was wonderful. I mean, it was seamless. And everybody was so nice. Why we went with this instead of just painting it or whatever, it is the lifetime warranty. Anybody that asks or sees it, I always tell them it's Pinnacle, and I definitely would recommend them.
In our coastal communities, every wave has a tale. CoastTV brings these stories home, from the smallest shell in Ocean City to the lighthouse in Lewis. What happens here matters. Every moment, every detail is a chapter in our shared story. We're your neighbors, your friends, woven into the very sands of our community. Our stories are your stories, reflecting the heart and soul of our coastal life. CoastTV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
I love this moment, when the audience knows the show's about to begin. A great show tells a great story. It transports you. It makes you feel. This summer, one of our greatest stories will be told in a way we've never seen before, when the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics is staged here on the Seine. The wait is almost over.
It's now 5:47 on your Thursday morning. We're going to take a live look now at Ocean City. Ooh, lovely sky there in Ocean City. That's going to be a nice sunrise, Bob, you can tell.
I would think so. Yeah, we have a broken overcast there, Paige, and we have a little bit of a chop on the bay, too, so that's good. We've got a breeze. It's mild, but not as oppressive as it has been, and we are taking the edge off that excessive heat. Look at this. No more 90s the next several days. No more triple-digit heat indices. It's just going to be warm. In fact, a little bit below average. Average high is 88, around 86 today, and then we're around 85 Friday. Then mid-80s Saturday through Monday, and some rain chances in there as well. Now, unfortunately, we're not really dropping the humidity down into the comfortable range. We do get a break into Friday, some slightly drier air builds, and so we'll be in the muggy range Friday. But then by the weekend, you see that line going up, and we're increasing the humidity levels again to very humid as we go into the early part of next week. Temperatures out the door this morning, mild, mid to upper 70s, and there is a bit of a breeze out of the west, making it feel a little more comfortable. And we're seeing some breaks in the overcast sky. So as Paige had mentioned, we're looking at a nice sunrise out there, and we're looking at a few showers. We have a few of those, the southern tip of Delmarva heading towards the bridge tunnel and maybe the Norfolk area. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. One trough over I-95, a little disturbance there, but a stronger cold front across the Ohio Valley. That will slide in later today and give us a better chance of showers and storms. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. Upper 70s this morning. We're in and out of the clouds by 10 a.m., mid-80s, and then some upper 80s possible early afternoon. That's when we could start to see some showers and storms getting going, especially around 4 o'clock. Maybe some heavier rain. Not expecting anything severe. Anything that fires off will die down after midnight. Then we clear the skies, and by Friday morning, we're in the low 70s. I think some of us will get into the 60s, and then Friday, a much nicer day as we have high pressure building in, sunshine and lower humidity, and by afternoon, temperatures into the mid-80s, and then really comfortable as we go into Saturday morning as we're looking at temperatures in the 60s. That's nice to see. Some 70s along the coast, and we will increase the clouds throughout your Saturday, and I think we could see some showers building in the afternoon and into the evening hours. So if you have the outdoor plans, maybe have them for the morning. And then as we go into the balance of the weekend, I think we will see more scattered showers into Sunday. And then it looks like next week we get into a rainier pattern as we have a front stalled across the East Coast and periodic shots of rain. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, mid-80s today right through the weekend. Showers and storms this afternoon. Lower humidity Friday, but the humidity's back this weekend, and still that shower chance Saturday, then again Sunday, and then Monday storms, and then I think a better chance of a steadier and heavier rain by Tuesday and Wednesday, highs in the mid to upper 80s.
Thank you, Bob. Heads up in Lewis, the city has identified that is a spotted lanternfly on public property. Lewis officials are in communication with the Department of Natural Resources on this recent finding. The Department of Agriculture will be treating the trees where the lanternflies are found.
Happening today, the Delaware State Fair begins in Harrington. So exciting. It'll continue until July 27th. This includes the summer concert series with artists like John Party on Friday and Ludacris on Saturday. There will also be carnivals and plenty of yummy food. We know that. July 22nd and 25th, seniors get in for free. July 23rd, kids under 12 are free. The admission prices range from $5 to $10.
Paige, you say yummy food?
Yes.
I think I'm down with that.
A lot.
We're now only 8 days away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. The best athletes from around the world will gather on this big stage. You can catch all the action right here on CoastTV. It starts July 26th.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, caffeine consequences. We'll tell you how the drug impacts your body.
And we're looking at mostly cloudy skies this morning. A few scattered showers. Lewis, 77 degrees. And we do get a break from the humidity as we go into Friday. And then it's back for the weekend. And some showers and storms increasing, especially as we head into next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Come out on Saturday, July 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Shops at Salisbury for the Wheels That Heal Cruise In for a Cause, benefiting Salisbury Police Department's National Night Out. All vehicles and motorcycles are welcome. Enjoy great music, delicious food, and exciting activities like a 50-50 raffle and a silent auction. Backpack donations and other back-to-school items are appreciated to support this wonderful cause. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
They're here, and they're out for blood. Mosquitoes come from far and wide to turn you and your family into unwilling blood donors. Regular treatment by Brazier's Pest Control can establish a perimeter of defense that can help keep your family from becoming a mosquito's buffet. We have plans that can cover any size yard and keep your family mosquito and tick free all season long. Call us today and declare your backyard a no-fly zone.
This is Dean Bennett of Bennett Termite and Pest Solutions. People ask me, how did bed bugs get into my home? Bed bugs can hitch a ride in your luggage or on your clothes. They can even be hidden in a piece of used furniture that you bring into your home. When you've seen one, it's already too late and the damage has begun. However they got there, we can eliminate them with our green and effective heat and treat system.
Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive. It's priceless.
I potentially be dead is the reality of it. I mean, fentanyl kills a lot of people. I heard about Addiction Medical Facility from another company, and I came in here, no judgment, no stigma. It was, you need help, let's help you. What do you need? They have intensive outpatient. It's a little more intense. You can see your counselor a little more. They've shown nothing but love. Now here I am. I started a grooming business. If I didn't start recovery, it could have looked very different for me. And you just have to remember there's always hope, and I feel like Addiction Medical Facility is the place for that.
It's a shorebird summer on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch America's favorite pastime live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Down East Wood Ducks this Friday and Saturday at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live only on DSN.
About 4 or 5 cups of coffee today. That's generally how much caffeine the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says is safe for a healthy adult. Okay, well, I'm good. I go with 2.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say I'm less than this. But some are more sensitive to the drug than others. Mandy Gaither shows us how caffeine affects your body.
You can find it in chocolate, soda, tea, and coffee. Caffeine has become a part of life for many. In fact, it's consumed daily by about 80% of adults worldwide.
Caffeine certainly gives you that feeling of alertness. It reduces your feeling of fatigue or tiredness.
Dietitian Julia Zumpano with Cleveland Clinic says it works by blocking adenosine receptors in your brain. Those receptors slow down nerve activity, which make us feel tired. That helps explain the afternoon crash some may feel when the effects of their morning coffee wear off.
It's important to understand your threshold, how you react to caffeine, how much you're having, how you're dosing it throughout the day.
For most people, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration says moderate caffeine consumption can be part of a healthy diet, but overuse can lead to side effects like insomnia, jitters, anxiousness, fast heart rate, upset stomach, nausea, headache, and a feeling of unhappiness. Zumpano says it's also important to pay attention to the source of your caffeine.
If it's in a sugary beverage or coffee drink that's containing a tremendous amount of sugar or calories or fat, we're really not gaining the benefit.
Since caffeine affects everyone differently, Zumpano says to measure how much you can handle without having any negative side effects.
I usually say start low, start small, and then add very gradually.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And the FDA says that if you'd like to cut down on caffeine intake, as she said, do it gradually. The agency says stopping abruptly can cause symptoms like headaches, anxiety, and nervousness.
Yikes. All right, it is now 5:56. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
One of my favorite parts of the day, and today's Coastal Pet of the Day is this young pup making his way in the world. On your screen, that is 1-year-old Bruno. Bruno is a sheepadoodle who clearly loves playing outside and always looks picture perfect.
Aww.
Bruno was submitted to us by his family in Millsboro.
That's a big 1-year-old.
That is.
Bruno's going to be a big boy. I want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes your pets so special.
Right, take a look at your screen, scan that QR code at the top, and that way you could submit your furry friend to CoastTV News. And then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
5:57 almost now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, a bit of a different feel today than we've been getting earlier this week, Bob.
Yeah, not as muggy, still on the muggy side, and temperatures are cooler than they have been, guys. So at least we've taken the edge off that excessive heat. You can see it in the day part forecast. 70s this morning, mostly cloudy. And then afternoon with the heating, a few showers and storms as the winds start to shift to the northwest. And some of the storms, maybe some heavier rain into the evening, and then they'll quit after that. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 86 today. We're consistently in the mid-80s Friday into the weekend. Lower humidity tomorrow, hit and miss showers Saturday and Sunday, not a washout, and still mid to upper 80s next week, but rain chances increase. Looks like a wet week ahead, but notice no 90s, so a break from the excessive heat.
I did notice that, Bob. All right, coming up in our next hour, Biden back at the beach, why he made the trip despite a positive COVID test. That story and more as we continue on Coast TV News today.